Have you ever set a New Year's resolution that fizzled out by February? Or created a vision board full of hope, only to find it a year later collecting dust in a closet with nothing on it having come true? We've all been there. We've been told to think positive or just wish for it. But for many of us, it feels like we're just shouting our dreams into the void. But what if I told you that the gap between the life you have and the life you want isn't filled with magic, but with science? What if manifesting wasn't a passive act of wishing, but an active process of rewiring your own brain for success? Today, we're taking a deep dive into the groundbreaking work of Dr. Swart, a medical doctor, a PhD in neuroscience, and a senior lecturer at MIT. She bridges the two worlds that seem miles apart, the ancient wisdom of manifestation and the hard, cutting-edge science of the human brain. Get ready, because we're about to unlock the practical, scientifically proven hacks that can turn your brain from your biggest doubter into your most powerful ally in creating the life you were meant to live. Part 1. The Neuroscientific Foundation. So to start, we need to understand the single most important principle. Your brain is not designed to make you happy. It's designed to keep you safe. It's running on ancient survival software that evolved to protect us from saber-toothed tigers, not to help us launch a six-figure business or find a soulmate. This leads to what Dr. Swart calls a scarcity mindset. Your brain is constantly scanning for threats, focusing on what could go wrong and clinging to the familiar, even if the familiar is making you miserable. It's the voice in your head that says, don't take that risk, you're not good enough, or that's impossible. But here's the incredible news, the discovery that changes everything: neuroplasticity. Think of your brain not as a piece of hardware carved in stone, but as a dynamic network of pathways in a dense forest. Your habitual thoughts and behaviors are like well-trodden, super-wide highways. They're easy and automatic to travel down. A new thought? A new belief? That's like trying to forge a brand new path through thick undergrowth. It's difficult at first, but neuroplasticity means that with intention and repetition, you can carve out new paths. You can widen them until they become your new default highways. Manifestation, through the lens of neuroscience, is the strategic process of carving those new neural pathways that lead directly to your goals. So how do we grab our mental machete and start carving? Let's get into the first and most important hack. Part 2, the core hacks. Hack number 1, activate magnetic desire. Vague goals get vague results. I want to be successful is like giving your brain a blurry map. It doesn't know where to go. Dr. Swart teaches that to truly get your brain on board, you need to cultivate a magnetic desire. This isn't just a fleeting thought. It's a deep, multi-layered alignment of your 3 core intelligences. First, your head, logic. This is the what and how. Is your goal clear, specific, and believable? For example, instead of I want more money, your head says, my goal is to earn an extra $20,000 this year by starting a side hustle as a graphic designer. It's a logical plan. Second, your heart, emotion. This is your why. How will achieving this goal make you feel? This is the fuel. Earning that extra money will make me feel secure, free, and proud. It will allow me to take my family on a vacation where we can create lasting memories. That feeling is what motivates you when things get tough. And third, your gut, intuition. This is the deepest check-in. Does this goal feel authentically you? Is it something you truly want, or is it a goal you think you should want because of societal or family pressure? Your gut knows the difference. When your logical plan, your emotional drive, and your intuitive knowing are all pointing in the same direction, something incredible happens in your brain. You engage a process called value tagging. Your brain's filtering system, specifically a part called the reticular activating system, or RAS, essentially puts a giant glowing "this is important" tag on anything and everything related to your goal. Have you ever decided to buy a specific car, say a blue SUV, and then suddenly you see blue SUVs everywhere? They were always there, but now your brain has tagged them as valuable information. That's selective attention. Your brain literally starts pointing out the resources, the people, the articles, the opportunities that can help you, which you were completely blind to before. Your desire becomes a magnet. Hack number 2, create an action board. This is where we upgrade the classic vision board. Dr. Swart's action board isn't for passive daydreaming, it's a tool for actively programming your subconscious mind. Here are the crucial rules. Rule 1, images and symbols only. No words, no numbers, no checklists. Why? Because your conscious analytical mind processes words. Your deeper emotional and subconscious mind, the part that drives your behavior, responds to images, feelings, and symbols. You want to bypass the inner critic and speak directly to your powerhouse subconscious. Rule 2, evoke the feeling, not just the thing. Don't just put a picture of a mansion on your board. Find a picture of a family laughing in a beautiful light-filled kitchen. Don't just post a stack of cash. Post an image of someone hiking a mountain or donating to a charity, whatever financial freedom feels like to you. The feeling is the target. And here's the most important part: placement and timing. Put this board where you will see it right as you're waking up and, most importantly, right before you go to sleep. That transitional state as you drift off to sleep is called the hypogonic state. Your brainwaves slow down and your mind becomes incredibly receptive to suggestion, much like in hypnosis. By looking at your action board during this window, you are downloading those images and feelings directly into your subconscious, allowing your brain to consolidate those new neural pathways while you sleep. You're literally building the mental architecture of your future in your dreams. Hack number 3, overcome limiting beliefs. You can have the clearest goal and the most beautiful action board, but if you have an underlying belief that you're unworthy of it, it's like driving with the emergency brake on. Limiting beliefs are the invisible scripts that run our lives. Dr. Swart gives us a 4-step neurocycle to rewrite them. Let's walk through it with a common example: the belief, I'm not creative. Step 1, raised awareness. You have to see the belief to change it. Start journaling. When you have an idea, what's the first negative thought that pops up? Maybe you notice yourself saying, oh, I can never do that. I'm not a creative person. Just notice it without judgment. Write it down. Step 2, challenge and reframe. Now challenge that thought. Is it 100% absolutely true? Have you never in your entire life had a single creative idea? Probably not. Find the evidence that contradicts it. Then create a new reframed belief. Not a fantasy, but a balanced truth. For example, I have a unique perspective and I am capable of generating creative solutions. Step 3, take action. A new belief needs proof to survive. Your brain needs data, so you must take a small action that aligns with your new belief. Spend 10 minutes brainstorming ideas with a pen and paper. Sign up for a pottery class. Just do one small creative thing. This action sends a powerful signal back to your brain. See, the new belief is true. And step 4, repeat micro changes. This is not a one-and-done fix. It's mental repetition. Like lifting weights for your brain, every time you catch the old thought, you challenge it, reframe it, and ideally take a small action. Each repetition weakens the old neural pathway and strengthens the new one, until eventually the positive belief becomes your new automatic default. Hack number 4, manage your stress and elevate your mood. Think of your brain's chemistry like a hormonal seesaw. On one side, you have cortisol, the stress hormone. When cortisol is high, your brain is in survival mood. The logical, planning part of your brain, the prefrontal cortex, essentially goes offline. You can't think creatively or see long-term opportunities when your brain thinks it's running from a predator. On the other side of the seesaw, you have hormones like oxytocin, the bonding and trust hormone. To manifest, to create, to see possibility, you need to intentionally tip the seesaw away from cortisol and towards these more positive states. Here are a few science-backed ways to do it. Practice specific gratitude. Don't just say, I'm grateful for my job. Be specific. I'm grateful for my coworker, Sarah, who helped me with that difficult project today. Specificity makes the emotional impact much stronger. Spend time in nature. Our brains evolved in nature. Studies show that even 20 minutes in a park can significantly lower cortisol levels. This is due to a concept called biophilia, our innate need to connect with the natural world. Engage in mindful activities. This can be meditation, but it can also be chanting, knitting, painting, or playing an instrument. Any activity that gets you into a state of flow calms your nervous system and pushes the seesaw back towards a state of trust and openness. Hack number 5, practice a digital detox. Every ping, buzz, and notification from your phone sends a tiny jolt of cortisol through your system. Social media scrolling creates a relentless dopamine loop, a cycle of seeking and reward that keeps you hooked and leaves you feeling drained. This constant digital stimulation keeps your brain in a reactive fight-or-flight state. Your brain needs boredom. It needs space. It's in the quiet moments, in the shower, on a walk, staring out a window, that your brain's default mode network activates. This is the network responsible for creative insights, self-reflection, and connecting disparate ideas. If you are constantly consuming content, you are robbing your brain of the time it needs for its best ideas to surface. The hack is simple but not easy. Schedule regular breaks. Turn off all non-essential notifications. Create no phone zones at the dinner table. Put your phone away for at least an hour before bed. Give your brain the gift of quiet. Hack number 6, optimize your environment. You are not an island. Your brain is a social organ, profoundly shaped by the people you interact with. The science behind this is incredible. Mirror neurons. These are brain cells that fire not only when you perform an action, but also when you simply watch someone else perform that same action. They are the basis for empathy, learning, and connection. This means you are subconsciously absorbing the mindsets, beliefs, and even the stress levels of the people you spend the most time with. If you are surrounded by people who are cynical, who complain, and who see scarcity everywhere, your mirror neurons will pick that up, making it incredibly difficult for you to maintain an abundance mindset. The action step here is to conduct a social audit. Who are the radiators in your life? The people who radiate positivity, support, and inspiration. And who are the drains? The people who consistently leave you feeling exhausted and negative. This isn't about cutting people off. It's about consciously adjusting the dial. Maximize your time with the radiators, politely and lovingly minimize your time with the drains. Your environment will either be a headwind holding you back or a tailwind pushing you forward. Choose the tailwind. Part 3, putting it all together.
Hack number 7, take consistent action. This is the final non-negotiable hack that ties everything else together. All the mindset work, the action boards, the reframing, it's all designed to get you to do one thing: take action. Dr. Swart emphasizes this is not a passive process. Manifestation is co-creation. You do the internal work to align your brain, and then you must meet the universe halfway with tangible, real-world steps. This is where the neuroscience of habit formation comes in. There's a famous principle called Hebb's Law. Neurons that fire together, wire together. Every time you take a small step, send that email, make that phone call, write that one page, you are firing the neural circuit of your goal. The more you fire it, the stronger that connection gets. The myelin sheath around those neurons thickens, making the signal faster and more automatic. You are literally making it neurologically easier to be the person who achieves that goal. Action provides the feedback that reinforces the new beliefs. It builds momentum. It's the bridge between the vision in your mind and the reality you can touch. So, let's bring it all home. We've learned that manifesting isn't magic. It's a strategic process of rewiring your brain. We do this by activating a crystal clear magnetic desire, priming our subconscious with an image-based action board, systematically rewriting our limiting beliefs, managing our stress hormones to stay in a creative state, taking a digital detox to allow for insight, optimizing our social environment, and finally, taking small, consistent actions to build neurological momentum. I know this can feel like a lot, so please don't try to do everything at once. The whole philosophy here is about small, consistent micro changes. So here is my challenge to you. Pick just one of these hacks to experiment with for the next 7 days. Maybe you'll create a tiny action board with just 3 images. Maybe you'll start a 1-sentence gratitude journal. Or maybe you'll identify one limiting belief and just practice noticing it. Choose your one thing. Start there, because the journey to your dream life doesn't start with a giant leap. It starts with carving one single new path in your mind. Let me know in the comments, what is the one hack you're going to try this week? Let's support each other. Thank you so much for watching. Now, go start rewiring.